I'd like to ask Montana Kraus to come forward, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem by the Farmington High School Band under the direction of Linda Hook, and the presentation of the colors by the Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. Commanding today's performance is Cadet Second Lieutenant Noah Youngie with Laura Ferguson, Alana Rhodes, and Lily Smith. Everyone, please be seated. As the President of Student Council, I would like to welcome you to the graduation of the 2015 senior class. I would like to start by thanking every single school board member, administrator, and teacher for joining us on this monumental day alongside our family and friends. I am so thankful to have been a part of such a wonderful and diversely talented group of individuals. It is my privilege to now honor the members of our senior class that will be entering the 5 branches of the armed forces. If you are one of these individuals, please rise to be recognized. You may be seated. At this time, the band will play the Armed Forces Salute, honoring all the members of the Armed Forces. We ask that the veterans of the audience please rise and be recognized when their song is played and their flag is presented. I would now like to welcome Pam Reeder from Mineral Area College to speak with us about the partnership between Farmington High School and the college.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Mineral Area College, I would like to congratulate all of the Farmington High School graduates and thank you for inviting me to participate in this glorious occasion. As an educator and parent, I truly mean that today is a glorious day. As Registrar of Mineral Area College, I would like to recognize the students who have completed the 42 credit hour general education block and the Associate of Arts degree. First, I will recognize the students who have completed the 42 credit hour general education block. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all names are called. Audience, please hold your applause until all names are called. Allison Gaston, Aaron Hargis, Kayla Coker, Caitlin Haro, Jacqueline Wiles, and Gabrielle Williams. Thank you. Now I would like to recognize the students who have completed the Associate of Arts degree. These students were also recognized at Mineral Area College's commencement on May 9th. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all names are called. Miriam Colligan, Caitlin Gillum, Joshua Govero, Veronica Halter, Jessica Heberly, Montana Kraus, Brooke Lappy, Samuel Nicholson, Brenna Norton, Corinne Reeves, Erica Siebert, Ashley Terralt, Alyssa Terralt, Elena Warrenberg, Mackenzie Weekly, Elizabeth Weiland, Lisa White, and Aaron Wilson. On behalf of the Dual Credit Partnership with Farmington High School, Mineral Area College would like to congratulate all of these students for their hard work and dedication and wish you continued success on your future educational and professional endeavors. Again, thank you for inviting me to be part of your commencement. Thank you.
Now I'd like to ask Mr. Blake Worley to come forward to give the senior challenge.
Representing school spirit, so just play along. Thank you, Dr. Hosteller, for introducing me. And before I start this speech, I would like to take a moment to thank my parents for always being there for me. And hold on. I'm gonna get a little upset up here. Oh God. And the few select teachers and staff that made my 4 years of high school enjoyable and memorable. Welcome, graduating class 2015, family, friends, distinguished guests, and board members. Now you're probably wondering what I'm gonna do up here. Am I gonna do something embarrassing or something? I don't know. You never know. I promise you. Where are you? I won't. It's not gonna be a good deal. All right, so if you guys don't know me, my name is Blake Worley, and a few fun facts about me is my favorite color is red. I enjoy long nights at Engler Park and early mornings in the ER. I love to take my shirt off at public events, and I have a weakness for sweets. As many of you may know, high school is no walk in the park. It seems simple at first. Do your schoolwork, go home and study, sleep, and wake up and repeat the process. However, that's not always the case. It's hard to juggle sports schedules with it's hard to juggle work schedules with sports schedules, homework time with family time, and the need to fit in with your peers and the need to stand out from them. It's an emotional toll that high school takes on all of us that makes this one of the most difficult times in our lives. And here we are today at the end of our journey and the beginning of another. And the fact that we made it this far means that we didn't screw up all the time. There were a few hiccups here and there, but hey, we made it. I think all of you were surprised that I'm here. I almost died, not including the times my mother has threatened to kill me. And that one dad. We all learn from our mistakes, though. It's funny how some mistakes turn out to be success stories. I think the reason for that is because only a few select have the drive to actually totally change a negative situation into a positive one. Some people are afraid to try. They're too afraid of failure. Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, "Only thing we have to fear is fear itself." Don't be afraid of failure. Failure will always happen. It's how we react to failure that defines our character. You never know what you might accomplish. Like going on an 18-game winning streak and having a conference championship. I thought a long time about what I was going to say today, and probably the most beautiful and truthful statement that I could share with you today is by Mark Twain. He said, "The two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why." My hope for all of you is that you all find out why you were put on this earth, because all of us are destined for greatness. We all have the hearts of lions. Many go through life not experiencing their true potential. Life is all about discovering the lion within. I hope after today that everyone finds that greatness, that drive, and that dream. Now, as many of you may know, it is my job to impart wisdom and give challenges to the junior class. The first challenge for the junior class is to be inspirational. You never know when or where inspiration will strike. It's crazy to think that the simplest words, such as hello, can change your life at an instant. Just a hello can be the start of something amazing and can have the biggest impact on your life. I find it incredible that one person can change the trajectory of your life and make you want to be a better person. After all, isn't that what we all want? To leave this world a better place than what we found it? Find your inspiration, use it, and give back to the world by being an inspiration to others. The next challenge is to be passionate. Find something in your life that brings out your true passion and roll with it. Don't settle for the safety of a paycheck. Strive for the security of a life punctuated with passion. Never settle for ordinary. Never settle for average. My true passion is always to be outrageously original. I want to make the whole world laugh. All of you need to find what I found over these past 4 years. Find that passion that keeps you going and keeps you dreaming every day and never look back. Which brings me to my final challenge. Be a dreamer. Dreams are what keep the child inside of all of us alive. They give us hope and give us a reason to live. Whether that dream is future career, a future life, or that special someone. Find a dream and never let go. Ellen Johnson once said, "If your dreams don't scare you, then they aren't big enough." And now I present to you the junior class president, Kelsey Krause.
Thank you, Blake, for speaking with all of us today. And thank you, class of 2015, for setting the path for the class of 2016 to follow. In the recollection of the years shared between the class of 2015 and the class of 2016, I can distinctly remember where it all truly began, the 7th grade. I can distinctly remember in middle school, the first time when we all got merged together and were forced to get along. And I think I can speak for my class when saying that we were really scared. We walked in and we saw these massive middle schoolers who we just knew had it all figured out. We eventually realized that they didn't, and they later taught us that it's okay to not have it all figured out. Fortunately, since middle school, our classes have matured, and with this, time has bonded us and created new friendships with those massive middle schoolers that could never have been foreseen. In the past year, our classes have experienced stress and struggles in our personal life, our school life, and our curriculars. But through it all, our classes have been a crutch for one another, guiding each other, advising each other, and simply listening to each other. I can genuinely say that without the class of 2015, we would not have made it. As junior class president, it is my job to accept and respond to the challenges given by the graduating seniors. And the initial challenge that was given to us is to be inspirational. I can assure you, seniors, that the junior class will strive to live up to your expectations. So, seniors, as you say hello to new experiences in a brand new part of your life, we will say goodbye and thank you for the inspiration that you've discovered and given back to us to use in this new stage of our lives. We will work our hardest to leave Farmington High School even better than it was when we found it. The second challenge that was given to us was to be passionate. As we continue on with our high school career, the burden of choosing a path for our lives will be daunting. Therefore, during this part of our journey, it will be vital that we find our passion, that we decide not to settle for just any job, but that we decide a particular path that we are passionate about. Much like we have done in the past, we will be looking to you, seniors, to lead the way. We will exceed your expectations. The final challenge issued to the class of 2016 was to be a dreamer. The senior class has definitely shown us how to keep our inner child alive. In the last month, the class of 2015 has shared with us their spectacular prom and their elaborate senior pranks. These are just two of the many memories that the junior class will always have to share with the class of 2015. While these are all wonderful memories, the junior class looks forward to making our own memories during our senior year. You have taught us how to dream, now it's up to us to aspire to achieve greater accomplishments. We will dream big, even though those dreams may frighten us sometimes. Now, on behalf of the junior class, I would like to congratulate you, class of 2015. Congratulations, you guys did it. I would now like to welcome the Farmington High School Choir.
Just set it down.
I will pass this way but once. If there's any good that I can do now, never pass this way again. I will see this day but once. If there's any kindness I can show now, never plead this day again. And lend them a helping hand. I will know this world but once. If there's any love that I can show you now, I'll never know this world, I'll never see this day, I'll never pass this way again.
I'd like to ask Mr. Robert Upchurch to come give this speech that the seniors have selected.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to graduation 2015. And by the way, my name is Mr. Upchurch. I don't know what they're telling you. Robert is a lie. You know, when Steve Dope Southern, wherever he is, I haven't seen him yet, when he told me that you guys had nominated me for this speech, I was actually very blown away because I was pretty sure that none of you actually liked me. And then I realized how many of you have actually had to give speeches in my classes, and then it became clear that this is actually just elaborate revenge, which if that's the case, well played, because this is terrifying, okay? But honestly, I'm so honored to do this. If I fade away at some point, those of you who are at school know that I've had laryngitis since Wednesday, so hopefully I said something good before that happens, because I'm pretty sure it will. To the parents that are very confused right now, let me clarify, I actually am a teacher despite appearances here at the high school, so not just some confused student who got up at the wrong time. When I was really praying about what to say to you guys today, I was thinking, who is the class of 2015? And the two words that came to my mind were carefree and creative. Because when you were in my classes, most of you were fairly carefree. And that usually worked out all right. But more than anything, you guys were creative. And so when I think about you, I think of all these projects that I still have from when you guys were in my class that I use for all the classes as examples. I also think about this whole renaming yourself thing. You guys know what I'm talking about? In my class, I give you an opportunity to be a new person. No class has embraced that more than your class. So when I look at this roster of people who are going to walk, I see a little bit differently. I see Happy Chris, C-Dope, Atlanta, Keith, Zachy Poo, Hydra, Cuz, Gavaro, Teddy, Jungle, Doctor, Wyvon, Dubstep, Peter Parker, Scotty the Dragon, and of course, Portia. Yeah, that's Mason Savage, by the way. And so I started thinking about, looking at who you are, is that going to change anything about what I want to say to you today? And the answer was, not at all. Because honestly, I'm really not that prolific. So if you've ever heard me talk before, it's probably going to be exactly the same thing. However, I am an English teacher, so I encourage you to look up the word prolific after this ceremony. So if I could leave you with anything, I basically leave you with these 4 points. 1, live for something that's greater than yourself. 2, find your place and your purpose. 3, develop a character that's worthy of being true to. And then 4, you make the kind of impact that matters. King Solomon taught, before destruction, a man's heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. And we live in a society that's pretty flooded with inspirational posters. You know what I'm talking about? Most of them have some cuddly creature that is doing something that's supposed to make us feel warm and fuzzy, right? And it's not just the posters, that's kind of an example of a cultural mentality that we all have. And we grow up on this stuff, right? I have small children at home, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and one that's about done cooking. And so we spend a lot of time reading children's books, and all of those books basically have the same message. And apparently it's the same message that every poor kitten that gets stuck in a tree is also trying to convey to us, and that's, you can do anything. And probably the best example of this is one of my kids' favorite books. It's called Dream Big, Little Pig, which is a fantastic thing to say, but I don't think, for obvious reasons, that it's ever going to actually make it onto an inspirational poster, right? But in the book, Dream Big, Little Pig, the way that it all works is you have a pig who overcomes these odds and becomes a figure skater and a skydiver. There's kind of a weird twist there at the end, right? So that is setting the tone for basically the literature that we've grown up on, which is you can do everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a fine book. I enjoy reading it. But the problem is, when we turn this into our mantra, it creates arrogance. And it's so easy to step into this self-centered living because we grow up hearing you, which we then, of course, interpret the only way that we possibly can, me. And guys, there really is so much that each one of you could do. But as you are striving for excellence, don't fall victim to vanity. A humble heart can accomplish so much more because it's never worried about getting credit, okay? So in this life, as you guys go out there and you conquer the world, don't do it for selfish ambition. Do it for something that's greater than yourself. Live for something that's beyond you. Because a humble heart, at the end of the day, realizes that this life isn't all about us. And because of that, it accomplishes more. So number 1, live for something that's greater than yourself. Number 2, find your place and your purpose. Like I said, there's so much that each of you could do, but the word could and the word should are very different. Now, just because a house has a bunch of doors, it doesn't mean that every one of those doors is going to take you where you're trying to go, right? If you just ignore this principle and just decide to go with whichever door moves you the best, you might end up looking for the kitchen and ending up in the bathroom. Now, on an off chance, you might actually find something edible in there. However, I'm pretty sure that the experience is not going to be what you were looking for, right? And life is the same way. And I know you guys get this. That's why you spend so much time worrying about what's going to happen next. That's why you cringe Every time, every well-meaning adult in your life comes up to you and asks you what your plans are for the future. I know, I get it, it's scary. But just because there are so many things to do doesn't mean that everything is what you should do. And you've got tons of advice on this. You're going to continue to get tons of advice on this. In fact, random strangers will probably walk up to you at the end of this day and give you advice on what you should do. Listen to it. Try and get something out of that. And when in doubt, if you're completely confused and you have no idea what to do, just try and remember back to what I'm about to say right now and use this as a guideline, okay? Number one, I am going to tell you actually, don't follow your heart. And I know that sounds like a very terrible thing to say because it goes against like everything else that you probably ever heard in your entire life. But here's the deal. Unless your heart is very different than my heart, it's just probably not a very good decision-making principle. You know, there's this guy about 2,500 years ago named Jeremiah, and he said this: "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it?" I agree with him. If I were to follow my heart, I basically have to throw out principle number one that I just gave you, because I would not be living for something greater than myself. Because my heart tends to go for whatever is most immediately enjoyable or personally beneficial, but that's not always what's best. And so I'm going to give you the same advice that my dad gave me when I was graduating from high school. He said this: when you're trying to figure out what your purpose in life is, when you're trying to figure out your calling, if you will, do this. Find whatever it is that brings you most joy in serving and the most benefit to those that are around you, and do that. Now, dream big, like the little pig. Feel free to do so. However, when you're dreaming, make sure that you do most of that while you're asleep, and most of you actually like doing stuff while you're awake. Don't be limited by your expectations or the expectations of others. Go out there and do stuff, because until you started doing things, you have no idea what's going to bring you the most joy, and you have no idea where you're going to be the most useful. So start opening doors. You might stumble into a couple bathrooms, but eventually you're going to find that kitchen, and you'll know that you're there, not only because there's like food. Metaphorically, you're going to know that you're there when you see that you absolutely love what you're doing, and people are actually getting something out of that. So one, live for something that's greater than yourself. Two, find your purpose, find your plan. And three, develop a character that's worthy of being true to. You know, we throw around the word integrity a lot, but integrity really just means remaining true to whatever's at the core. So if whatever's at the core is bad, your integrity is bad, right? And it's not really worth it. So what I challenge you to do is to develop a character that's worthy of your integrity. You know, everything in life is very fleeting. Most of you would probably admit these last 4 years went by very, very quickly, right? A lot of you are getting ready to go all different directions and do all different kinds of things, but nothing is set in stone, right? Everything in life, it comes and goes. Intelligence, relationships, family, positions, popularity, all that comes and all that goes. But character, who you are at the very core, who you are no matter who is or isn't looking, that's what lasts. But it's not easy, right? It's something that you actually have to work at, something that is actually a struggle. It's like a lifetime kind of thing, but it's worth it. So don't wait until you're out of your early 20s and you've sown your wild oats, whatever that means. Eat oats. Like that's something you find in the kitchen. Develop character. Live for something greater than yourself. Find your place and your purpose. Develop a character that's worthy of your integrity. And then you're going to make the kind of difference that matters. You know, some of you in this room might end up becoming the next presidents of the United States. You may find a renewable energy source, Aaron Wilson. He told me not to say that, but I'm saying it anyway. You might cure cancer. You might leave behind a financial legacy that is going to be envied by Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. But you might not. And at the end of the day, what really matters isn't the size of your impact, but the depth. And even if that only touches the people who are closest to you, if you have impacted those hearts in such a way that you have really, truly touched them and really, truly changed them, then that's the only kind of impact that's worth having. And I truly believe that that happens by living for something greater than yourself, diligently seeking after your place and your purpose, developing a character that is truly upright. Now, I do have one last thing to say. A friend of mine always says this. Hold on a second. With great power comes great responsibility. Have a great life. Make wise decisions.
Thank you, Mr. Upchurch. At this time, I would like to honor 3 students with attendance awards. That's not on your program, but we have 2 students that have had perfect attendance from their 9th grade year till their 12th grade year. And that is a huge deal. And at this time, I'd like those 2 students to come to the stage, and that's Kevin Davis and Allison Gaston. And we also have one student in our midst who has been able to come to school every single day of her life since kindergarten. This is a huge deal. I don't know many people that do this, but ironically, not only has this student done that, her sister also did this and who graduated last year. At this time, I'd like Amatista Pearson to come to the stage. So apparently, Amatista and Lorena's dad thinks it's super important to come to school and does an awesome job making sure those girls did that. Congratulations, Amatista. Okay, the next privilege I have is to announce this year's Night of the Year. Night of the Year is a long-standing tradition at FHS. I can remember sitting there as a graduate 21 years ago, waiting who would win this prestigious award. Night of the Year is a student chosen by faculty, that one student who stands above all of the rest of the students in that class. The student that exemplifies in all ways what it means to be a knight. This student has to stand out in character, academics, leadership, and overall excellence. There are 7 virtues commonly associated with being a knight: courage, justice, mercy, generosity, faith, nobility, and hope. This year's Night of the Year provides hope in all around him with his positive attitude and keeps order and justice with his involvement in ROTC. He is noble enough to point out to his teacher during a really important evaluation that the objectives were posted on the board and he wondered why, because they normally weren't. He displays faith in himself by being extremely particular about his seeds in the ag greenhouse. So particular, in fact, that he wouldn't let anyone else go near the seeds. And he showed mercy enough to not get upset when they switched out his seeds for simply potting soil and laughed as they pondered why his seeds wouldn't grow. Unfortunately, our Night of the Year this year does not display courage because he is deathly afraid of spiders. It's true, his fear is so deep, he screamed like a girl and ran around taking his shirt off while a spider crawled on him in an ROTC event. Rumor has it that's even on video. I kind of wish I could show it today, but maybe Colonel Winiger could tweet that out later. Most of all, our Night of the Year is generous enough to share with us his amazing talent on the fiddle, and we will remember his music for many years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to give you our Night of the Year, Mr. Greg Minear.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting much, much closer. Miss Lamont's left a mess up here. All right. As we move forward in the ceremony, we're getting close to the time when you've all been waiting for, but before we move in, it's very exciting. Before we do that, I'd like to call up and honor the top 10 students. And achieving this in this class and in this high school is not an easy feat, so each and every one of these people deserves your applause and respect. At number 10, we have Miss Ashley Tetrolt. At number 9, Miss Corinne Reeves. At number 8, Miss Kayla Coker. At number 7, Miss Lisa White. At number 6, Mr. Ian Powers. At number 5, Mr. Aaron Wilson. At number 4, Mr. Sam Nicholson. And at number 3, Miss Elena Warenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for numbers 10 through 3, pardon me. For our our salutatorian, we have a young lady who came in second, but truly had a spectacular academic record. She has earned her associate's degree, and the thing I'll always remember about this student is every time I turned around, she was helping someone, whether it was a faculty member or a student or someone she'd never met before. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Brenna Norton. Here in a moment, once we have all 10 on stage, of course, we'll have a photo opportunity, but then our valedictorian is going to get to give a speech, a valediction, as it were, the last speech. This young lady has had an academic record beyond reproach. She's earned 54 credits in 4 years. On an unweighted scale, she has a perfect 4.0, and among her accomplishments, she has an associate's degree. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mackenzie Weekly, our valedictorian. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause, please. And I would ask at this time that Mackenzie come forward as those on the rest on the stage head back to their seats. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. Today I have the challenge of inspiring an entire building full of probably overheated guests. So here we go. To begin, I wanted to ask a question. How do we measure the time we've spent in high school? In the beginning, we measured it in class periods, counting down the day to eventual freedom. As the days and weeks passed, we measured it in semesters, and later in years as we moved from being those clueless freshmen to being sophisticated sophomores who thought they had it all figured out. By the time we reached our junior year, we were confident that we were prepared to take over for the graduating seniors, and we couldn't wait to rule the school. And now, here we stand. Our rule is over, and it's up to the next class to step into our shoes and take over. I know that as I look out at all of you, I will measure my time here in a much different way. I will measure it in all the friendships I've enjoyed these last 4 years. Some were pretty casual, and others were much closer, but I'll remember each one fondly, as I'm sure you all will. And when many of our high school memories begin to fade, that's how we'll ultimately measure the time we spent here. Not in periods or semesters or years, but in the friendships that we made and the times we shared together. I came from St. Paul, a small K-12 Lutheran school right here in Farmington. Several of the teachers there are still here supporting me today, and I cannot thank them enough for the impact and path that they set me on. I undoubtedly would not be standing here speaking to you if it weren't for their strong faith, kindness, and inspiration. And of course, our teachers, counselors, and administrators and coaches from Farmington High School. Thank you so much for unselfishly sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. Yes, we know it was your job to do it, but what you did for us went well beyond the call of duty. You took the time to explain assignments, sometimes repeatedly because we weren't paying attention. You allowed us to come to your classroom after school for extra help when you could have gone home to spend time with your family. You put in the effort to make lessons more interesting so we wouldn't just tune out. You demanded excellence from us, whether or not we really wanted to give it to you. You set the bar high and challenged us to live up to it. For all these things, I could not be more grateful. But now, as we graduate and go our separate ways into the world, all of the familiarities will fade and leave spaces open for new opportunities. Accompanying your new life, I want to issue a challenge. Quite simply, I challenge you to be good people. And wrong line. Quite simply, I challenge you to be good people. Success is measured in many ways, but as you grow old and talents look and fame begin to fade, the little moments in life will be what carries you through. It is not only yourself, but the people that surround you that will make the biggest difference in the world. Yesterday, actually it was a couple days ago, I was talking to my cousin and I told her I was really nervous about my speech. And she just told me there's no way I could go on without putting in a Will Smith quote, so here it is. Throughout life, people will make you mad, disrespect you, and treat you bad. Let God deal with the things they do, because hate in your heart will consume you too. We may not have the power to inspire the entire world to strive for success, but we do have the power to try and achieve it for ourselves. My challenge to each of you, and to myself, is to do all that you can to reach your full potential. If each of the 261 students in this graduating class is able to do that, just imagine the effect that we could have. So get out there and go for it, but don't be caught waiting for your life to begin. It's great to plan for your future, just don't live there, because nothing really happens in the future. Whatever happens, happens now, so live your life where the action is. As Winston Churchill said, success is never final, failure is never fatal, it's courage that counts. As we move on, I offer my most sincere gratitude to the members of my class, and may God watch over you in the future as your life continues to expand. I wish the best of luck to each and every one of you, and I encourage you to be good people. Don't live down to expectations. Go out there and do something remarkable. You have the ability to make a difference, however small. work hard, have fun, and make history.
This time I'd like to ask the ushers to come forward. It's time to begin this process.
Trenton Douglas Weidman.
Mackenzie A. Weekly, A+ graduate.
Ian Scott Powers, A+ graduate.
Christian Allen Smith.
Joshua David Govro.
Brenna Nicole Norton, A+ graduate.
Samuel Dwayne Nicholson, A+ graduate.
Kristen Ann Rayfield.
Lisa Mackenzie White.
Alana J. Warrenberg, A+ graduate.
Bailey Ann Bertram, A+ graduate.
Kayla R. Coker, A+ graduate.
Mitchell Ray Harrington.
Corinne Elise Reeves, A+ graduate.
Colton Michael Young.
Veronica Rose Halter, A+ graduate.
Blake Michael Worley, A+ graduate.
Aaron Michael Wilson, A+ graduate.
Brendan Caleb Ferris.
Christopher Ian Seymour, A+ graduate.
Samantha Lynn Gann, A+ graduate.
Alyssa Nicole Pfister.
James Douglas Hamlet, A+ graduate.
Carter James Southern, A+ graduate.
Ethan W. Davis.
Jacob Andrew Wright.
Jordan Daniel Roney.
Montana Denning Kraus, A+ graduate.
Brett Michael Rawson.
Rebecca Lynn Govero, A+ graduate.
Gary Joseph Green.
Maddie Barnes.
Emily Nicole Sloan.
Alyssa Colleen Hickey, A+ graduate.
Rosalia Torres.
Emily Ann Matheny.
Miriam Grace Colligan, A+ graduate.
Sarah Ann Rudolph, A+ graduate.
Madison Avery Tyree.
Lauren Elizabeth Reed.
Jessica Lynn Heberly.
Madison Rose Smith.
Haley Marie Boyd.
Elizabeth Lauren Weiland.
Audra Telsey Black, A+ graduate.
Ashley Marie Tetrault.
Shania Lane Sweeney, A+ graduate.
Alyssa Michelle Tetrault.
Hunter Daniel Thompson, A+ graduate.
Hannah Lee Oliver, A+ graduate.
Jordan Scott Ankrum, A+ graduate.
Brooke Leah Lappy.
Amanda Victoria Brady.
Courtney Deshay Knox, A+ graduate.
Breslin Elizabeth Rose, A+ graduate.
Caitlin Dawn Gillum, A+ graduate.
Sydney Renee Savage, A+ graduate.
Martha Marie Bradley, A+ graduate.
Anthony Michael Brakefield, A+ graduate.
Madison Leslie Brown, A+ graduate.
Tyler James Finch.
Jake Richard Andrews, A+ graduate.
Connor Trent Forsyth, A+ graduate.
Levi Cole Asher, A+ graduate.
Nathan Marcus Gons, A+ graduate.
Gregory Allen Minear.
Logan Scott Winder, A+ graduate.
Allison Nicole Gaston, A+ graduate.
Michael Andrew Zert.
William Cameron Fletcher, A+ graduate.
Hunter Michael Ballou, A+ graduate.
Kevin Tyler Davis.
John Talbot Morgan.
Caitlin Ray Jean Perro.
Samuel Tanner Reed, A+ graduate.
Erica Ann Seibert, A+ graduate.
John Christopher Burcham, A+ graduate.
Tristan Michael Hastings, A+ graduate.
Mitchell John Harris.
Ethan Miles Barron, A+ graduate.
Thomas Everett Wilfong.
Brianna Lynn Henson, A+ graduate.
Nadal Jamal Zarek.
Sabrina Lynn Doitery.
Colton James Young.
Connor James Gage, A+ graduate.
Hannah Lynn Mahiran.
Michael Warren Pinkley, A+ graduate.
Alexis Dawn Modulin.
Addie Dennis Pogue, A+ graduate.
Pyle Sanjay Chaudhary, A+ graduate.
Andrew Scott Willis, A+ graduate.
Megan Alicia Willis.
Royce Lee Brown.
Victoria Selma Maria Baker, A+ graduate.
Jacob Matthew Pace.
Mia Christine Bach Jensen.
Braden Mark Bond.
Sigrun Ronschholm.
Trevor Lee Keith.
Melissa Wheat.
Jacqueline Lorraine Wiles, A+ graduate.
Nathan Chang.
Brooklyn Marie Hall, A+ graduate.
Wyatt David Seitz.
Jacob R. Cluck.
Rodrigo Armada.
Talon Steele Camden.
Trevor William Holloway.
Logan Richard Kennedy.
Lawrence Michael Johnson.
Cole Parker.
Corey Douglas Hayes.
Jason T. Hinkle.
Emil Eland.
Jonathan Lee Ellis.
Samantha Joe Wild.
Ellen Rose Wilfong, A+ graduate.
Grayson Murphy Cummins, A+ graduate.
Haley Michelle Chandler.
Brittany Ann Wilson, A+ graduate.
Kirsten Marie Ritter, A+ graduate.
Haley Renee Hahn.
Kaylin Renee Martin.
Ashley Lynn Jones, A+ graduate.
Savannah Colleen Alford.
Angelica Leah Gibson.
Cynthiana Summers Bishop.
Sapphire Paige Schaefer.
Lindsay Taylor Manez.
Cheyenne Chaplin.
Amber Nicole Hicks.
Kendra Leanne Richards.
Logan Everett Harmon.
Lacey Nicole Jenkins.
Aaron Michael Champion.
Colton Bradley Smith.
Samantha Brighton.
Ethan Lee McDonald.
Dallas N. Klingensmith.
Ian Roger Jones, A+ graduate.
Derek Cole Sheets.
Caden Zarek Henderson.
Yvonne Christine Lippert, A+ graduate.
David Wayne Minor.
Dallin Lee Rector, A+ graduate.
Derek Hankins, A+ graduate.
Paul Herrenberger.
Wyatt J. Barger, A+ graduate.
Zachary J. Weber.
William Jeffrey Jones.
Jack William Pinkley, A+ graduate.
Trenton Crocker, A+ graduate.
Cody Daniel Ayers.
Anthony Scott Burkhart, A+ graduate.
Jacob Dylan Lawrence.
Bethany Lynn Malone.
Randy Lynn Crump.
Haley Marie Comaromi, A+ graduate.
Nautica Taya Renee Young.
Brandy Ann Petrie.
Star Brianne Farah.
Della Madeline McIntyre, A+ graduate.
Bailey Reed London.
Taylor Renee Chilton, A+ graduate.
Caroline Kinsey Martin.
Victoria Rose Moore, A+ graduate.
Sarah Lynn Bloom.
Derek Wayne Young.
Jordan Ethan Pfister.
Ryan Hamilton Merritt.
Kelsey Marilyn Black.
Dylan M. Kelso, A+ graduate.
Mason Valentine Husky.
Christian David Smith, A+ graduate.
Andrew Scott Tomlinson.
Marissa Cook.
James Earl Wolf.
Kayla Bertram.
Joshua Thomas Ward.
Joseph Scotty Roberts.
Mason Savage.
Aaron Tyler Hargis.
Benjamin Thomas Herbst.
Alec Michael Van Stavern.
Stephanie Dawn Minks.
Emily Jane Wiles, A+ graduate.
Courtney Danielle Nicholson, A+ graduate.
Stephanie Hope Pettis.
Kayla Marie Nash, A+ graduate.
Mackenzie Cheyenne Amonette.
Rebecca Dare Banger.
Ajay McCole Bryant.
Gabrielle Marie Williams, A+ graduate.
Holden Alexander Strait.
Jason M. Harrington II.
Charles Madison Rhodes Jr., A+ graduate.
Tyler James Harmon.
Ken Pham.
Justin Charles Minks.
Randy Allen Warren.
Ashlyn Jordan Nash.
Cole Wesley Hurst.
Kyla Marie Ely, A+ graduate.
Seth Redmond Currington.
Jordan Naomi Ely.
Alec Logan Pig.
Heather Ann Howard.
Kristen Nicole Nash, A+ graduate.
Faith Erica Williams.
Dylan Blake Benscoter.
Amanda Aaron Hinkle.
Kyle Everett Crawford.
Dalton M. Cooper.
Shelby Lynn Vance, A+ graduate.
John Roswell Barr IV.
Dallas Dean Keel.
Kylie Brianne Stockton.
Clayton Drury Hendricks.
Elizabeth Anna Olive.
Jessica Ray Harris, A+ graduate.
Sheena Lee Jennings.
Tessa Lee McCain, A+ graduate.
Marcus David Clinton.
Carissa Dawn Blair.
Dakota James Louie.
Amatista Adrienne Pearson.
Matthew Andrew Larson.
Kayla Elizabeth Chuchin.
Tristan David Yost.
Grayson Bailey Kennedy.
Joshua Paul Gore Jr.
Jordan K. Rawson.
Johnny Ray Crump Jr.
Alexis Kennedy Wright.
Zoe Sue Rhiannon Bender.
Melanie Ann Brown.
Annie Lee.
Sierra Hood.
Clarissa Jade Gibson, A+ graduate.
Brittany Lynn Copeland.
Alyssa Aaron Lewis, A+ graduate.
Lori Wotan.
Aaron Michael Bunch, Eric Michael Bunch.
Tristan Michael Robbins.
Wyatt Lee Eckhoff.
Aaron James White.
Levi Nathaniel Sims.
Erica Lynn Skyver.
Kyle Allen Lacey.
Christopher David Schneider.
Brian Adams.
Emily Faith Mack.
Job Alabdali.
So much nervous energy. Before this party is over, I'd like to ask Mr. Nicoletti to bring the choir forward for the school song. I stand corrected. It's Mr. Nicoletti with the band.
You can all join me. You better sing. Sing with me. Our dear old high school that we love will always share our dreams, and its colors black and gold will ever be supreme. Farmington High School, Farmington High School, our thoughts with thee will stay. We'll strive to keep your honor vision of our school will lead us on in life. For all its loyalty and glory, we will ever strive. Farmington High School, Farmington High School, our thoughts with thee will stay. We'll strive to keep your honor clean, faithfully each day.
Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you, you have 261 graduates, 2 Bright Scholars, 2 Missouri Scholars, 138 plus students, 6 42-hour block students, 18 associate's degree, 6 entering the military, an average ACT of 21.53, which is not bad. Scholarships approaching $3 million. Set of kids with a 67% winning percentage on the athletic field, 18 conference championships, 17 district champions, and 4 state top 4 finishes. Now, until this next bit happens, you haven't officially graduated, so right now you're excited for nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's turn those tassels. Farmington, I present to you the class of 2015.
Thank you for watching the 2015 FHS Graduation here on Night Vision Media. We would like to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors for this year: Belgrade State Bank, CC's Pizza, James M. Willis PC, Steak and Shake, Hassel's Piano Tuning, Mineral Area College, Qdoba, Farmington McDonald's, Long John Silver's, A&W Restaurant, Hassel Electric, and Glicks. Once again, the 2015 FHS Graduation. Congratulations to all of the 2015 seniors.